Have you ever opened your investing app, looked at your portfolio, and thought, man, I'm doing everything I was told, and this still feels slow? You're contributing to your 401k, you're buying index funds, you're being responsible. But deep down, there's this quiet frustration that no one talks about. Because here's the thing. When you're in your 30s, time is still on your side, but patience feels a lot harder than it did in your 20s. You don't want to gamble, but you also don't want to wait 40 years just to feel financially free. And that's exactly where today's video comes in. My name is Wesley, and I spend way too much time thinking about how people can grow their money faster without blowing themselves up financially. If you're someone who saves consistently, invests the right way, but still feels behind or impatient with your progress, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Today, I'm walking you through 5 weird investments, not lottery tickets, not crypto moonshots, that could realistically outperform stocks in your 30s if you understand how to use them correctly. And no, this is not about abandoning index funds. It's about stacking the odds in your favor during the decade that matters most. Let's address the elephant in the room. Stocks are great. Historically, the S&P 500 returns about 7 to 10% annually over the long term. But here's what most people don't realize. When your portfolio is still small, percentages don't feel exciting. A 10% return on $20,000 is $2,000. Nice, but not life-changing. Meanwhile, your expenses are exploding. Rent or a mortgage, kids, insurance, lifestyle creep you swore wouldn't happen. According to the Federal Reserve, the median net worth of Americans aged 35 to 44 is just over $135,000. That's not broke, but it's not financially free either. So, psychologically, this is where people get dangerous. They either get bored and gamble, or they stay conservative but miss massive opportunity. The smart move is neither extreme. The smart move is strategic weirdness. Look, I know this doesn't sound like an investment, but hear me out. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American will earn $2 to $3 million over their lifetime. The biggest variable isn't the stock market, it's earning power. Let's do simple math. If you increase your income by $1,500 per month, that's $18,000 per year. Invested at 7% for 25 years, that alone becomes over $1.1 million. Here's what most people don't realize. Learning a high-value skill, sales, data analysis, AI tools, management, coding, marketing, often produces 100 to 500% ROI within a few years. No ETF does that. Now, you might be thinking, Wesley, that sounds like hustle culture. No, this isn't about grinding harder, it's about leveraging your brain while it's still adaptable. Your 30s are the sweet spot. You're experienced enough to monetize, young enough to pivot fast. Action step. Invest 5 to 10% of your income into courses, certifications, or mentorship that directly increases earning power. This is boring and wildly effective. Not startups, not disrupting industries. I'm talking about boring businesses. Car washes, storage units, cleaning companies, niche service businesses. According to Biz Buy Sell, many small businesses sell for 2 to 4 times annual cash flow. That's insane when you compare it to stocks. Example, you buy a business for $100,000 that produces $40,000 per year. That's a 40% yield before optimization. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds risky. Yes, but here's what most people don't realize. You can control cash flow businesses. You can raise prices. You can improve efficiency. You can hire management. You can't email the CEO of the S&P 500. This is where it gets really interesting. In your 30s, you still have energy, learning capacity, and time to recover from mistakes. Action step. Study one boring industry deeply. Not 10, 1. Everyone wants a dream home. Very few people think about cash flow math. According to Zillow data, home prices have grown about 4 to 5% annually long term. Stocks often outperform that. But real estate has something stocks don't: leverage, cash flow, and tax advantages. Example, you buy a rental with $40,000 down, $300 per month positive cash flow. That's $3,600 per year cash flow, plus appreciation, plus mortgage paydown. Your actual ROI can quietly exceed 15 to 20%. Here's the psychological trap. People overvalue comfort and undervalue cash flow. Action step. If you're house hunting, run rental numbers before buying your dream place. This one messes with people. Hiring help feels like wasting money. But here's the thing. Your time has a value, even if you don't measure it. If you earn $50 an hour and spend 10 hours a week on low-value tasks, that's $500 per week of lost opportunity. Outsourcing that for $150? That's an investment, not an expense. Here's what most people don't realize. High earners don't work harder, they delegate earlier. Action step. List tasks that drain energy but don't create income. Outsource one this month. This one is the weirdest and most powerful one. Optionality means keeping your life flexible. Low fixed expenses, high liquidity, multiple income streams. Psychologically, this reduces fear-based decisions. Financially, it lets you jump on opportunities when others can't. During market crashes, layoffs, or recessions, optionality wins. Action step. Build a 6 to 12-month runway before aggressively scaling risk. Here's the big takeaway. Stocks are foundational, but your 30s aren't about being average. They're about income expansion, skill leverage, strategic risk, and psychological discipline. Most people don't fail because they didn't invest. They fail because they invested only where everyone else did. Look, I get frustrated because the advice most people hear is incomplete. Just invest in index funds. Just wait. Just be patient. Patience matters, but strategy matters more. If this video helped you see money differently, subscribe to the channel. I post videos every week breaking down wealth-building strategies, investing psychology, and practical steps you can actually use. And comment below. Which of these 5 surprised you the most? Remember, your 30s aren't about playing it safe. They're about setting the trajectory that makes your 40s and 50s unstoppable. You've got more leverage than you think.